Welcome everyone, whether it's morning, night, Friday, Monday, whatever day you're listening, we're here, like always. Dan and Jamie, two men, no hope. I'm freezing my bollocks off, Jamie. I wish I had hair on them. Fucking UK government can suck my freezing cold testes, mate. Seriously. How you been, man?
I've had a shit week, but I'm hoping the therapy session this week is gonna like straighten me back out again.
Oh,
As
mate,
you can hear, I'm chesty as hell, so I apologise for any coughing
sick.
this episode.
You're always sick. Yeah, no, my fucking week's been a blur because I've been trying to catch up on sleep from the holiday. So I've literally been coming home, eating, and going to bed.
There's no such thing as catching up, though, Dan.
No. It's
trying to get back
anything,
into
I'm
our
more.
time zone must be fucking difficult.
Oh, it's just fucking... I don't know. I'm probably going into bed because I'm cold anyway. And then as soon as I get into bed, I fall asleep. It's what it is, isn't it? But what's been such a bad week? Is it work?
Work's not helped. I had a chest infection over the weekend. I worked the weekend. So when I work a weekend, I do 36 hours in 3 days. So that's a long ass weekend at work, yeah. I come home from Friday feeling proper rough. Like, that's when my cold and everything was like at its highest. And I was sitting there, and I thought I'll order myself some food because I'm feeling sorry for myself. Charlotte was out on the Raz getting fucking wasted with her friend. And I was like, I ordered some food, and then when the food arrived, I'm sitting in the dark with Rocco, and Rocco like jumped down in front of me and started walking away, and there's just a fucking trail of blood following him around the corner. Yeah, he'd somehow cut his foot open, cut his pad open on his foot, and I didn't cause any drama at that point. I thought I'll clean up the blood. I wrapped his foot in. I made a little boot out of like tissue and fucking plasters, and I ate my food, continued to eat my food, innit? And I was like, once I've ate my food, then I'll deal with whatever fucking issues he's got going on. But he wouldn't move the whole time he had the tissue on his foot. He just stood in like a stationary position looking at me. And then Charlotte come home half cut. And then that must have been about midnight, and she was like, we're going to have to go to my office and get some bandages to put on his foot. So I had to drive, bearing in mind I'm up at 5 in the morning. I had to drive to the office, pick up some bandages, come back, wrap them all up, get up to the bed, and we put a little rubber ring on his neck because he's scared of the cone because he's a pussy hole, yeah? And we put a little rubber ring on his neck, so it's like one of them sleeping rubber rings, isn't it? For a plane.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got that on his fucking neck. And I wake up in the middle of the night, his bandages are off, there's blood in the bed, and he's got the rubber ring stuck on the top of his forehead like this, innit? And he's just looking at me underneath the rubber ring. And I was like, it's 2 in the morning, you little prick. Just go to sleep. And I just pulled the rubber ring back off his head and just went back to sleep. And I woke up and there's just blood all over the bed. Bright white sheets in it. And I was just thinking, this weekend's going to be shit. And the weekend at work was shit. Proper shit as well.
You must have taken him to the vet then, right?
Yeah, ends up being that they bleed a lot from that area anyway, and they had to cut the rest of the pad off for him to start healing properly because it was like hanging off. So they've cut that off, and now he's getting some drugs. The drugs he's on, I'm telling you, Dan, I'm considering putting some of that syringe in my mouth, and like,
was he like
as soon as he takes a little
bit,
he's just like spaced out. He is probably like gone.
So did they say how you think he did it? Like,
I think it was because I've got the chain link fence at the back in it.
Yeah.
I think he was running along because he runs along that back fence, and I think he caught it on a bit at the bottom of the fence and like ripped it.
Fucking hell, man, that's mental. And it'll just heal up, and it'll be like nothing will happen.
Well, he's already acting like nothing's happened. He put me through all that on Friday, and then he's looking at me like I'm a bloody pain in the arse with him this morning because I'm trying to put
What,
the
you trying to
bandage on
look
his
after him?
foot. Hmm.
Fucking hell. That's mental. So, obviously, I've done fuck all except sleep and work and freeze my bollocks off.
That's pretty
So I
much
haven't
what
got
I
nothing to
do,
bring to
except
the
for I have a
table.
wife.
Yeah, yeah. But before we get into the emails, which once again, thank you for. There's so many kind words before you give us your questions and stuff, so we always appreciate hearing that how well we're doing and getting better and better, which we always appreciate.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, before I forget, loads of you are putting stars on Spotify and liking and things like that. Please keep it up. Absolutely loving going on Spotify. I think we're at something like 25 5 stars now. We're almost at 1,000 followers on Instagram, so if you're not followed on there yet, please do. We're trying to get our follows up on TikTok, so if you do watch us on there, please give us a little follow on there as well. We'd appreciate it.
Hmm.
But speaking of TikTok, I was sitting on there this morning, and have you heard of people naming their children after they call it natural names?
Natural names.
Natural names, yeah.
Well, like Blossom.
No, that's like I don't know. That's the similar sort of thing. Right, I'm gonna send you the. I'll put the TikTok video in the
Natural
YouTube one,
names.
but I'm just gonna quickly send it to Jamie. So
What, like?
in this video, this guy's trying to defend it. He's some sort of hippie or something like that. So when he says natural names, he basically means sound effects.
So it's called like his daughter Gur or something.
Sort of. Have you watched it?
Not yet, not yet. Do you want me to watch it?
Yeah, watch it, and then I'll just so you
People
can
are very upset that
see
we
your
gave our
face.
kids natural names. The first one is named after a crackling campfire, and the second one is the sound that you hear when a rock is skipping across a pond. On the commune where we live outside of San Francisco here in California, it is very normal to have these natural names. In fact, it may have been setting them up for failure if we had used a normal boring name like Susan or Belinda.
Dan.
So someone said to him,
This gap
"What's your
tooth
name
cunt,
then?"
yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
This
"What's your
gap
name
tooth
then?" And he
cunt.
goes, "Oh, I'm I've got a normal name, but if I was allowed to pick my own name, it would be after the wind." I'm sorry, like obviously you can name your child whatever you want, but when you're naming your child after, it's not natural names, it's sound effects. That's what you're doing. Like I could
You're
be like,
basically
"Oh,
making
what's your
your house
kid's?"
into a soundboard. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, but you got the teacher at school going like, like you know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? Or like, oh, what's your kid's name? I'm like, oh, his name is like, I don't know, bloop. Oh, what's that for? Oh, because I was so constipated when he was being born. When he was born, I relieved myself, and that was the noise that it made when I went to the toilet. That's his name.
Mate,
Yeah.
can you imagine if someone called their kid's name after a fucking fox scream, innit? Where it's like, do you know what you hear at night? Where it's like,
It's so fucking stupid. Like you were saying, that's obviously a similar sort of thing, but like naming them after like something in nature is like people do that, you know, like you said,
especially with girls'
rosemary and
names.
stuff
There's
like
a lot
that.
of like girls' names named after flowers and stuff.
Yeah, which is completely it's literally always a word in general. These aren't even words. Like how would you spell? What was the one about skipping? Yeah, something like. How do you even fucking spell that?
You just put ST.
I was getting. I don't know why, but sometimes I see a video and it just makes me so fucking angry for no reason. I'm just like
You know what it is,
fucking
isn't it?
arsehole.
You know what it is, Dan. People that grow up on communes, yeah, are fucking. They're in a cult. He's in the cult,
He is, yeah.
and that Jesus-like figure that's having sex with his wife, and that's not his real kid. The Jesus figure's having sex with his fucking wife.
There are like rules when you name your child. Obviously, there's certain things you can't name your child, like it's not allowed. So surely, because it's not a word. You're basically giving them letters, and then the person who's reading it out has got to assume what it is. What the fuck are their last names?
Is there actual rules? I didn't think there was rules.
Yeah, like you can't name your kid like, fuckwit and stuff like that. Like it, you know what I mean? They won't let you put that on the birth certificate.
Well, I have to strike that from the list. Well, I suppose that's why so many Hispanic type guys are called Jesus instead of Jesus, isn't it?
Jesus. But then, like, they were saying, like, that video, the reason he's saying that was because the people were going, you're setting your children up for failure because you're giving them a stupid name. And he's saying, oh, well, no, in the commune, that's a normal sort of name, but not in the real world. To me, that's not in the real world. So I can see where the people are coming from. Like, if people have got
what part
stupid
of the commune
fucking
allows
names.
TikTok?
Well, exactly, yeah. But can you imagine if someone skipped a rock, like a rock against the water, and then that kid's going to be like, yeah? And someone's going to be sitting there next to a fire and it's crackling, and it'd be like, why do you keep calling my name out? It's not me, man. It's the fucking fire.
Going camping at the lake that weekend would be the fucking worst day of his life. He goes on a scouting trip and he starts having fucking PTSD.
It's fuck. But you know what I mean? Like, when you give your kid a name, you can't think about, because they're not going to spend their entire life there. So when you send them out for work, or they decide, I don't want to live here anymore, I want to move to the UK or move to Japan or something like that, you've given them, they're going to have to get their name fucking changed, because no one's going to accept that.
Do you know, I used to work with a guy from Vietnam, yeah? And this geezer told me that his name, in the Vietnamese culture, their name means nothing. Like, how it's written down means absolutely nothing to what it's actually called.
Oh, what, the way you say it?
Yeah. So his name written down was Veronne. Veronne, yeah? Or Veronne. And his actual name was Dom. There was no connection whatsoever. And I was like, is that the name you tell white people? So they just don't have to try and say your name. He was like, no, my name is Dom, innit? I was like, bruv.
Fuck's sake.
He was like, his mum calls him Dom. I was like, is it a nickname? No, that's how they pronounce how that's spelt out, innit? Dom. D-O-M.
No, I can't handle shit like that. Like, I get it, but I can't do it.
What would be a
And
kid's
this is why
name for you?
somebody-
I can imagine you'd call
so
it
many-
like Charles or something.
Problems with, I like to stick with like easy name, like quick, like Bob,
One
Bill,
syllable.
Dom, Rob,
Jack.
Dan, Jack, Jeff, Joe.
Would you have a junior, like a Dan Junior?
I don't know. I think I'd like to get away from the D's, because my dad's David, my granddad was David, I'm Daniel. I think I probably want to start fresh. I'm the sort of dickhead though that would like hear a name on the TV and be like, I like that.
I'm
kind
that
of like,
dickhead,
what was the last one? Was it what was the girl's name that you come up with last episode?
Oh, Clarissa.
No, it was Jamie something.
Oh, Jamelia.
Amelia, that's it. I like that.
Oh, Jamelia. She was sexy back in the 90s, man. Woo.
Jamelia. Nah, I'm pretty bad with names, to be honest. I like, you always try and think of insults to go along with the names, and the least insults you can think is the name you pick.
Yeah, that's true. I always think, like, shout it. Like, do you know when I was talking about dog names?
The dog name.
Just shout it, and then if it doesn't roll off the tongue well enough, shorten it down and then shout that. And if that doesn't roll off the tongue well enough, then you're going to have to change the name, I think.
when I was with Jim and Carol, Carol's premises was, I want her named. I want a good nickname. So it doesn't matter what the name. It's like when you shorten it down. So like they said about like Charlotte, and then like Shah and all that sort of stuff, and I'm just like, well, I mean, you can make a nickname out of anything.
Well, my nickname in a lot of the time was Maltman, which is actually longer than my first name. So it doesn't really make any. British people are so bad at nicknames. Like, I've got cousins and that. Their name, because obviously Irish people being weird as fuck, yeah. I've got a cousin called John, but his name, everyone calls him Sean, innit? But it's just what Irish people do, innit?
Fucking hell. Nah. Oh, there's a guy at work.
I was that guy that was obsessed with fucking names from like TV shows that I was obsessed with, and I was obsessed with Sons of Anarchy, and I was like, I'm gonna call my boy Abel. Then when I said Abel to anyone else on this fucking planet, they're like, who the fuck's Abel? And then they're spelling it like, you're unable.
Oh yeah, all the fucking shitty names that come with it.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, anyway, yeah. So that fucking annoyed me. There's no way in hell that I'm ever gonna name my kid fucking Whoosh or like, you know what I mean? Fuck's sake.
I feel as though I will not accept any advice from someone that's still got a gap in their teeth in 2022. That is my rule. This geezer can fuck off with his gap.
Fucking hell.
Braces have been around since the 50s.
You can get those things you wear at night now, can't you? Straighten your
Can't
teeth
get them on the commune, Dan.
Yeah, maybe some fucking barbed wire sticking in your teeth. Do what you like. So, there's a burning question from this first emailer in. He loves the podcast, but it's driving him mad knowing that he doesn't know what's under Jamie's hat. What is it you keep under there, Jamie?
Do you want to see what's under the hat?
We had all these plans when you took your hat off. It's just a massive bald spot. You ain't got the light on, have you?
I've got a huge fucking crown. Do you know what? I've got a fries tuck. No, I ain't really. I'll show for the listeners that are curious. I'm showing them now. Go onto the YouTube. Oh, fucking jokes.
That was brilliant. I was fucking looking at your hat when we first started, and I was like, that's a really weird rim on the front of his hat. It was like it's like.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice. I was trying to play it off. I kept going down like that a lot. But no, I've got a mane of hair. I'll show people that. Absolutely fucking loads of hair.
Oh yeah,
nowhere near bald.
Hair at the minute. Have you still got your what's that haircut that you like at the back? Skin fade.
Oh, I ain't got a skin fade at the minute. I'm a little bit long.
Fucking hell. James obsessed with his skin fades.
When I've got a skin fade, if I've got a fresh skin fade, I'm dangerous, Dan. I'm dangerous. If I was a single man with a fresh skin fade, that would be it. I'd be looking up the ladies.
Well, there you go. Mystery solved. It's not a bald patch, unfortunately. It's a beautiful lock of hair.
You looked away as I put the hat off. I was like, please tell me he's got to fucking notice.
Fucking brilliant. So he says, Dan, you are my spirit animal with the stories you have. They have me in stitches. Yeah. Only because I'm perverted. That's why people like it. Oh, fuck it. My face is so cold that I can't feel my nose. Everyone's going to have to... So, Charlotte had an idea that for TikTok videos, we should put up the story, like me reading out the emails. And as I was making them, I realised how boring it is to listen to me read out an email. Purely because there's no confidence in what I'm reading. Because I know that I'm going to fuck it up. So I try and read it really slowly, like I'm some sort of like pillow biter or something. saying about pillar biters, I was watching. Do you watch Love Is Blind?
No, I've seen it vicariously through TikTok, not TikTok, Gogglebox.
Well, I was watching the new season with Charlotte, with Carol and that, and they did the reunion episode at the end.
All right.
And the guy said to a woman something like, "Oh, crazy." And one of the other guys in the contestants was like, "You can't use the C word." And I looked at Carol and I was like, "What the fuck is he on about?" And he's like, you can't use the word crazy anymore because it's degrading or some shit."
Who said that? What, the geezer said that, or is that a known thing?
Yeah, the guy said like you can't. No, like she said it because she works in a university. You're not allowed to use the word crazy anymore.
Mate, are we getting old? Are we getting
I'm
old?
gonna still fucking use it. I'm sorry if someone gets insulted by the word crazy, but fuck am I taking that out of my dictionary? I ain't got many words in it.
It's like people that were slightly like older than me took offence when the thing of calling someone half caste got taken away instead of mixed race. But I always knew mixed race. Now I feel like I'm the next generation up in it.
I don't. Sometimes that's why I try and be honest as possible in this podcast, because if I'm being honest and I say something stupid like that, people just take it as like he doesn't understand. He's a retard. I can't say that either.
That's not a thing, though, is
Special
it? The
needs.
retard thing. I think that's just an American thing, isn't it? They don't like it. I think over here, people still use that pretty often.
People still use a lot of things over here, especially in Scotland. They're really backwards. I love them, but they are quite backwards.
Well, we use the C word like a bloody fucking describing
What,
adjective.
crazy?
So.
Oh, see you next Tuesday. Yeah, I know. But anyway, yeah, so if I say crazy, suck it up. I'm not fucking taking it out. Right, so I've got to try and be more entertaining when I read out these fucking emails now. Otherwise, the TikToks are going to be absolutely fucking useless. So he says, I'm in an awkward situation. I fell for a girl and we're spending Christmas Day this year at her family's house. I'm panicking because her cousin will be there for dinner and I slept with him in the past before we got together and I'm scared shitless he will mention something. I managed to avoid running into him and until now, so he doesn't know that I'm going to be there. He doesn't know that me and my girlfriend are an item. Do you think I should mention it to her head to save the bad situation? She had no idea I also slept with men in the past, and I'm not sure how she would take it. Do you think it's something that needs to be said, or should I keep it to myself? I wouldn't say I'm bi, I'm just a horn dog. If the girls aren't willing to meet on the dating apps, I'll find a guy because they're so much easier to get a quickie out of. Hope you enjoy your holiday, Dan. Fucking amazing. He's not wrong. We're sleazy as fuck.
My take from that, as I said to you, like when we read it, I was like, am I the only one that isn't fucking everything? Like, but people be fucking, innit? Like with the last episode, there were so many blokes that were just like fucking having sex with everyone. It's just like, what is going on? I'm obviously naive to the world, isn't it? Naive.
No, you're just not. You've just got standards and morals, Jamie.
This person's just a savage. Now he's in a relationship.
I know, I love it.
And he thinks he's he's in a relationship, it's going to come back and bite him.
When I read the email, I was like, instant best friend.
Fuck Jamie, innit?
Yeah. I'll do a separate podcast with this guy just talking about sleeping with everything. But I say, yeah, he's not wrong. Like I said to you before when I first moved up here, and I was like, went on that grinder just to see if I could meet some like guys to like talk to and that, because I don't care if they're gay or not. It doesn't bother me. And I literally was on it for like 2 seconds, and I had like 4 or 5 dick pics. I was like, no. I like deleted it. But I didn't even have to speak to them. They were ready to fucking flash their genitals at me. You know what I mean? So he's not wrong.
That's all they're interested in, Dan. They don't want to talk to you, bruv.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. No.
But
there's 2 ways, because like you're at a family do. I wouldn't avoid him because then you make him feel like disgusted. You know what I mean? So I would just talk to him like you normally would. But I wouldn't fucking tell her in advance because what you did in the past was, unless she asked, don't fucking tell her. You know what I mean? If it doesn't come, what's the unnecessary fucking...
Yeah, unless it actually comes to a head, and the geezer's the type of guy that when you walk in, he's going to make a big deal out of it. Then I wouldn't worry too much. I think if anything, if it's his family, he'll want to keep his like sexual like endeavours to himself. I wouldn't want to turn up to a do and say there's a girl that I used to sleep with. I wouldn't be like, oh look, hello, I fucked you about 2 years ago. Do you know what I mean? That ain't gonna be how it fucking works. Do you know what I mean? I'll be like, you're right, and then I'll be a little bit awkward, and then after a while, when you actually get a chance to talk to each other, you just let him know, oh, she doesn't know about my past sleeping with guys and stuff. Could you just keep it to yourself? If he wants to be a
I
dick,
think,
he can be
yeah.
a dick, innit? Then you just
If
have to
you
face
went
the
in there
consequences.
and like avoided him, that would piss me off. Like because it makes you feel worthless. It makes you feel like you're fucking... So just act like
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah, and like you said, have a word with him.
it depends how big the do is as well. If it's a big do, there's a good chance you won't even talk.
But I mean, there's no need to make a massive deal. I mean, it doesn't sound like it was recent, so it's not like he's going to be like hung up on you, or you know what I mean. So I think you just overthink it. Well, it's not overthinking it because it's a shitty situation to be in. But people have got pasts. We've spoke about that before. You can't judge someone for what they did in the past before you were even with them. As long as you're faithful and you're with them now, what does it matter? You know what I mean?
Unless you're
Obviously, it's not a
like
nice
I
way to find
watched
out.
last year. I watched Married at First Sight, and there was a geezer on there, and he had been bi in the past and slept with guys previously, and it was him more than the woman that couldn't get over that hump, and was like, he kept bringing up his sexuality all the time, and she didn't give a fuck in it. But it
Mm-hmm.
was more him bringing up his sexuality all the time. So you maybe just have a look at yourself and see whether it's more you worrying rather than what she would react. I think maybe you could be a little bit in your own head.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, no one wants to be caught up in that situation, but then, like you said, he's not going to want to go to his family do and bloody make a scene
100% no.
or things like that. You know what I mean?
If their nan's like
But
sitting there and they walk in and like, oh, we used to fuck like a couple of years ago, that's going to be fucking weird, isn't it?
but then you can't say that girls don't do the same fucking thing. How many girls out there have like haven't got a guy and they're like staying with someone at like uni or whatever, and they have a bit of a fumble?
But
It's
I think
only
it's pretty
weird that
natural for, especially
yeah,
nowadays.
a woman. Yeah, it's only
Obviously, I
weird
was
because
pretty
it's two
naive to how
guys,
many people be fucking.
but like yeah, it's only weird because it's well, I say it's two guys, but generally until now, like recently, you wouldn't sort of put that two together.
No,
But I mean, if he's comfortable enough to do that, then power to you, man. I haven't got over that hump yet. I've had women, luckily, haven't had a big enough gap to. Normally, I give myself like a challenge, and I'm just sort of like, right, you've got till Friday, Dan, and then you're getting on fucking.
you could be sucking dick in the subway.
Yeah, it puts the pressure up. You're like, come on, I need to get it. Come on, can't get it. Getting on that fucking
Fucking
dating
hell.
app, pushing fucking messages out.
You'll be like doing a video. I'll be coming on to an episode. You'll be like, "This is George," and he's like doing the washing up in the background.
He's cleaning my house. I pay him in sexual favours. But nah, man, just enjoy yourself. And like I said, don't make it a massive deal. Just go in there and like, don't try and avoid him. And then yeah, if you do feel like it might come out or something like that, then go and speak to him. But I don't think it's unnecessary aggro if you go up to her and speak to him. You're like, oh, we're going to the thing and your cousin's going to be there and I banged your cousin once, and then that's it. You're not going to the fucking Christmas do
Then
anymore.
that's a big conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. So
End of the day, as well, as you said, Dan. Like the relationship now is the relationship now. Like the past don't
mm,
matter. If I knew all the antics Charlotte was getting up to in the past, I'd be completely psychopathic. Do you know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
not worth
Oh
me
fucking
knowing.
hell, yeah.
And
That's the
vice
only problem with
versa, she
having
don't know much about what I did.
like that guy that had the woman with the OnlyFans. Like you can't unsee. It's like you meeting Charlotte and she's got an OnlyFans. And you're like, I know that guy. I know that guy. I know that. And you're like,
I
you
would have
just can't. You
blocked.
haven't got a social circle anymore.
I would have blocked her. There's no, there's no fucking way. Oh mate.
So let us know how Christmas goes. We'd love to find out and keep in contact. You're my
Yeah, that's a good
second best
point.
friend now.
Boxing Day. Send us a message.
Boxing Day. Yeah. A family photo. See how close the cousin's standing to you. What what day is just so I know, so I can.
We should know that
So
for
we
our
got
Christmas
an
special.
episode coming out on the 23rd, which is the day before Christmas Eve. So we won't be able to talk about it until the following Friday. That's if he gets back in contact. I hope he does. Your spirit animal tells you to.
Oh, we'll discuss it off the podcast, but I'm away from the 28th
You're a prick. You always
for a
do
week.
this every time.
You got a month.
Oh, okay. It's only one episode then. Last time you gave me a week.
Yeah, I know.
That
I'll
was
give you a
fucking
month this
shambles.
time.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see that. Right, so the next emailer. I've got to get my my reading voice out now for the old TikToks. Right. My girlfriend and I went to Cyprus last week and we had the worst day ever. The pool was dirty, the room was dirty. I complained about our room on the first night because of the view of the building site opposite. They moved us to another room, but the new room had a strange smell in it, and the all-inclusive buffet was god-awful. I'm attempting to get a refund as we spent a lot of money on this holiday, as it was our first real holiday since lockdown. Have you guys had anything like this happen to you? Terrible holiday experiences, and how did you deal with them? Love the pod. Always wait for it when I finish on a Friday. Yeah. We're someone's get through work, Jamie. That's what that is.
No pressure, Dan.
This is more of a. I don't really go on holiday except to Canada. So this is more of a question for you, Jamie.
Yeah, it's difficult because there has been a few, especially before I got with Charlotte, a few sketchy ass holidays, man. And there was one holiday where I went to Turkey, and it was the first time I went away with a girlfriend. I don't know whether I talked about this. It was the holiday I got cheated on during. Do you remember?
No, I think I've told you. Made you bring up the one about the Scottish lass that you made find her way home.
Yeah, that's the same holiday. Yeah.
Oh, was
But
it?
basically, our hotel was fucking shit. It was shit. Like, it was so bad. The next time I went to Turkey, they actually knocked the fucking hotel down. It was that bad. That's how bad it was. Yeah. And I remember we spent, I don't know, 400 quid, which was it was probably about average for in October. About 5 years ago, not 5 years ago, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. That's quite a half expensive holiday, and we paid it all inclusive. I did not eat in there once, and they gave me one half beer, and I spat that out, and then we just went down to all the bars. Luckily, I was earning quite a lot of money at the time, so I could pay for a lot of stuff. But it was god awful. It was probably the worst experience of my life. But I didn't try it
So
at
what
the
did you
time.
do?
I was.
Did you manage?
Huh?
What did you did you try and get your money back or anything?
What we ended up doing was, I think we were like 4 days in, and we met this couple from Essex, and they said to us that they were stayed in the same hotel. they complained they got moved into the sister hotel, which was much nicer. So we did the same thing. They didn't move us to the sister hotel, but they put us up in the suite in the hotel we were in. But we were able to go and eat and stuff in the sister hotel and ended up working out. So for the rest of the week, we enjoyed ourselves. But really, if that was me now and I went home, I would try and claim for that first half of the week that was shit. But because I was like fucking 19, 17, I must have been just turned 18. I was like, you don't know what you're doing in it, so just accept things for what they are.
Yeah. My mum goes on a lot of bad fucking... She literally, I think just recently, she went for a caravan holiday, which we do in the UK. And not very far away, but she does this. She always... Instead of saving up money and going on a nice holiday, she goes on these shitty fucking weekend breaks. So she went to this caravan, and she they had 2 bathrooms. One bathroom was an ensuite, which she couldn't use because the smell from the drain was so bad that she couldn't use it. So she had to use the other bathroom. Then when she went to sleep in it at night, she couldn't sleep because there was a stream running down the side and the weather was really bad, so it made it louder. So they had to go and pull the covers off the sofa and lay on the floor in the front of the caravan in the front room.
Mate, that is fucking
Yeah.
abysmal.
So I think she loves a good fucking email as well. So she got him and emailed him, and I think they gave her either money back or like a free visit.
All right,
Like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, it's always good to like say complain, but like, you know, have your say, because generally speaking, most hotels will deal with it. It's rarely you'll
Majority.
find a hotel that will just be like, nah.
Yeah, I do
you've been
tend to.
there now,
There's
we're
been a
not gonna
few
fucking-"
times where me and Charlotte have complained about not having the right view because, like, I'd pay another £100 for a sea view, say, on our package, and we get there, and then I've got a view of another hotel, and it's like that's not the sea view. I want to be facing the fucking sea. Do you know what I mean? We've paid a lot of money to be there. And sometimes you've got to wait 2 or 3 days, but they do make it up to you a lot of the places. I think you just got to really go through TripAdvisor and like fucking make sure it's 5-star on TripAdvisor, not just on the website.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I mean,
Kieran
you'll
had
get-
a very
Oh,
similar
yeah.
experience to your mum. He was in
What, in a caravan?
he was in do you know them like hot tub lodges?
The what?
Hot tub lodges,
Hot tub?
where you like, go and stay in
No.
like a lodge in the middle of nowhere and it has like a hot tub, especially like a
Oh,
romantic
right.
weekend away.
Yeah.
He was in one of them, and I'd done a few of them. So he went to do one with his new girlfriend, and he got there. There was like no access to Wi-Fi whatsoever. They were in the middle of the woods. Yeah, there was no access to Wi-Fi. There was no heating. The TV wasn't working properly. There was like weird smell in the whole place. The place didn't like it hadn't been refurbed since like the 1980s. It was like The Hills Have Eyes. And he was like, he stayed half a night, and they went home at like fucking 6 in the morning, innit? And then they paid for 3 days, stayed half a night.
No, that's mental. Did they complain or anything? They're just gonna let it go?
They're complaining, but Kieran, you know what Kieran's like, is fucking everything's half-assed.
Fucking hell. Well, at least you're trying to get over it. Like I said, just carry on, like email them and stuff like that. They'll sort you out with something or other, and then you've learned the things to look out for next time.
Another advice that I'd give, this is out of my own experience, is when you pay for something like a holiday, do it on a credit card, because the insurance you have on a credit card is so much higher that if something happens like with flights or if the hotel's shit, you can claim back off your credit card insurance rather than trying to do it through the hotel who normally would refuse you. You can actually claim it back through the credit card company and then they chase it.
There you go. I didn't know that. Get a credit card.
Yeah, any big
I've never
purchases
touched
like
another
that, just
credit
do it
card.
like that, and that's what I do.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, there you go. Fuck you, hotels. Now we got the secret now. Right. So yeah, let us know if you get what happens if you get your money back or blah 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 blah. Whatever they're gonna do, we'd like to know. Jamie would like to know. I ain't going on holiday.
Tell me the hotel as well, so I don't go there.
Yeah, there's that as well. Yeah. Right. So we've got Gemma. I'm gonna say her name because she hasn't. So she just finished the game show episode, and she thought she'd give us some more. So would you rather's and snog, marry, kill. I thought it was snog, marry, avoid. Was it snog, marry, kill? So we'll fire through these to break up the old stories and that, and we'll see what we come up with. So we start with would you rather, Jamie? Lick a man's bum or get your bum licked by a man?
Oh, I don't know. I'd let them go through the torment. I think. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah,
I don't think I
I'd be
could
the
do it.
same. I don't mind doing it to a woman, but I'm not doing it to a bloke. Fuck that. It's the hair. We've spoken about it before. It's the
Yeah,
hair.
it's the hair.
Yeah.
Any woman that does it, fucking, I commend you. I commend you.
Yeah. There was a guy at work that couldn't understand why I don't like it, and I'm like, I'm too conscious, mate. I'm like, there's no way I could let it.
So do you not realise how many dietary requirements I have?
Yeah. He's like, nah, it's the best thing, man. You got to push her. I'm like, fuck off, man. So, have sex with your girlfriend in your mum's body, or have sex with your mum in your girlfriend's body?
Good God.
Well, I suppose that is slightly different, isn't it? I think for me, I would
think
rather
end
be.
my life.
I think less scarring is being in your mum's body. Do it because then you're just doing your girlfriend. I think if you're in your girlfriend and doing your mum, that's a whole. That's like double. You don't have to look down. Like you could, like it's only your eyes, isn't it? And you're doing what you would normally do to your girlfriend.
Double jeopardy.
Yeah.
Mate. I don't think
Because
there's.
if
I
you're
don't
in your
think there's any
girlfriend, it's like you
solution.
got full like at your mum's tartars and clam. Like I wouldn't want to fucking. Nah.
Fuck me. I don't think there's any way of me coming out of that without needing therapy. Like I would.
Well, you need more drinks, Jamie. That's what you need. All right. I answered it, so I'll let Jamie off it. Okay, eat human flesh or let someone eat yours. This is easy.
Eat what?
Eat or be eaten.
Eat. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll quite
Ain't letting no
happily
fucking cunt
tuck
eat
into
me.
someone's fucking leg or arm. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm a butcher. I would do it anyway. Old Jeffrey style, Jamie, innit?
It'd be, as
Old
we said in the
Jeffrey.
past, it would take 3 minutes into the apocalypse and Dan would have already gone full tribal.
Yeah, full on. I don't care. See someone walking down the street. Be like, mate, do you want to come in? It's safe in here. Right, would you punch each other in the face for $1 million? I'm pretty sure we've already hit ourselves in the face. We did that for free. Many a times we've been fighting, Jamie. So that's a dance. But
Dan,
yes, I would.
like
Yeah.
for £1 million, I'd knock you clean out, Dan. Like I would knock you. You'd be so knocked out. You'd be like laying on the floor like fucking Tyson Fury when he got knocked down by Wilder. You'd be fucking conked
You have
out.
to use some of that money to replace my teeth.
Yeah, I'll
Right,
be like,
would
"Are you
you-
ready for your new teeth, Dan?" Bang.
He wouldn't even secure the money. It'd just be like the sound of it. Smack. Would you rather grate your shin with a grater or elbow drop a room of needles? Room of needles.
Oh, but there's your whole body in it.
Yeah, but it's like getting a tattoo, isn't it?
What hypodermic needles? They're going well far, man.
Yeah, but it's only like a quick, sharp pain, isn't it? Like you're grating your leg. Like fuck that, man. That's like scraping the skin off of your leg.
Oh man, that's the right. Really
And then
difficult.
once you pulled the needle out, it's done, isn't it?
Do you not remember the Saw film where she like fell in the fucking bed of
Yeah, I thought
needles?
she was a pussy.
Oh man, it's like barbed
I'm gonna
wire.
get
Everywhere
fucking
you
sword now.
touch, you'd be stabbed again.
Yeah, but
Oh
I don't
no,
mind
man.
needles.
Oh,
I sure as
I
fuck
don't know
ain't
whether I could
grating
grate. I
myself.
don't
I'll
know
tell you
whether I
that
could grate
much.
myself. Fuck it.
Oh, what, you want someone else to do it?
Yeah, if someone else did it, I'd do that.
Ah, fuck that. Okay, that was all of them. I thought it was pretty funny. Right, Snog, Marry, Kill. I'm hoping that I recognise all these people because I'm pretty bad with names. Snog, Marry, Kill. Boris, Trump, Putin.
Snog, marry, kill.
Yeah,
I'd snog Boris. I'd
right.
marry Trump because I could be like just do my own thing because he'd be fucking whoever the fuck he wants, and then I'll just take his money. I'll be like his little fucking handwife, and I'd kill Putin
Yeah,
for
I would
obvious
do the same.
reasons.
For the exact same reasons.
Yeah.
Beyonce, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Is that Minaj? Minas. Minus.
Minaj, yeah. Uh, oh, this is difficult. Who would I kill? I'll kill Cardi B because she's got an annoying Puerto Rican accent.
Which is Nicki Minaj the one with the huge ass?
Yeah.
The one that used to be a stripper?
No, that's Cardi B.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd kill Cardi
Do you know
B too.
WAP? The
She's in my
song
name.
WAP. That's Cardi B.
No. Okay.
Wet ass pussy.
Oh fucking hell yeah! I kill Cardi B. Yeah. Easy.
Beyonce I'd marry, I think.
This is why
Nicki
we're
Minaj
friends,
I'll
Jamie.
snog.
This is why we're friends. I'll do the exact same. Katie Price, Kerry Katona, Scary Spice.
Ugh. That's like
I
three
don't know
dogs
any
in
of
a
them.
kennel, innit? They've all got clear drug habits and fucking 90s pop stars that should never have been. And then Katie Price with a huge whack boobs.
Oh mate, she's a fucking dog now. Which one's Kerry Katona?
She had like a massive drug problem back in the day. She was like famous. She did used to do the Iceland adverts. Do you remember the Iceland adverts?
Vaguely.
Google her.
Do you carry on and I'll Google her.
I think
Oh
I'll marry
God,
Mel
she does
B.
my nut in.
I think I'll marry
She's
Mel
so
B.
Oh really?
Yeah, just because she has aged well, I think, and you know
Yeah.
how like the black women.
Yeah.
I do not think I could deal with. I think I would have to kill Katie Price. I don't think I could deal with her in it. Like with just how rough she is, and I think I'll snog Kerry Katona.
So yeah, it's hard because Kerry does my nut in. She's got one of those faces as well that you just want to fucking put out.
She's got cocaine nose, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Biden, Prince Charles, Hitler.
Ooh. I'd kill Hitler, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to snog any of them.
See, I would
Be
marry
licking for
Biden
fucking
because
Charles's ears.
Biden, his brain's on the way out, mate. He wouldn't even he'd be like, "Oh, is tonight the night?" Yeah, oh, no, last night was the night, mate. You missed it. Oh, just take his money. He wouldn't know what was going on.
Yeah, marry
Prince Charles.
Biden, take him for everything he's got, and then
Yeah.
lick Charles's earlobes.
Oh, and those big old sausage fingers. Matt Hancock, Boy George, Sean Walsh.
This guy's whoever wrote this has been watching the jungle. Has been watching the jungle.
Oh, the guy from Parliament. Fucking kill Matt Hancock.
Yeah, kill Matt Hancock. No, after watching the jungle, I'd kill Boy George over Matt Hancock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a fucking pain in the ass.
Sean Walsh looks like a twat.
Sean
I
Walsh
said
is
to
funny.
Google.
He's proper funny comedian.
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't
marry
like them.
Sean and kill can I kill two of them?
No.
Can I just go in and shoot up a school? Um, all right, I'll kiss Hancock just because I feel as though it would be less disgusting than kissing Boy George.
Nah, I'll do it the opposite way round. I've married Sean Walsh because you said he was funny. Keep it going. Right, last one. Kim K, Snooks, Megan the Stallion.
Oh. I'd kill Snooky.
Oh yeah, she's a fucking...
I would marry Megan Thee Stallion, and I would kiss Kim K, because that would make me a bit of money.
Megan the Stallion. Oh god. American Music Awards hit hot female artist.
The Rock once said that he would let Megan Thee Stallion make him her pet in it. And then the interviewer was like, "Why would you do that?" He was like, "For no reason at all."
Fucking hell. I personally don't really know any of Kim Kardashian. I don't really. She's the one that went out with the bipolar fella.
Kanye, yeah, she made them
Kanye,
famous
yeah.
through her sex tape.
She got a sex tape.
Yeah,
I'd marry
she fucked
Kim
Ray J.
K. And then I kill Snooks and I'll give Megan a peck. She also says, "Can you tell me your top 3 rappers of all time?" That's a question for you because I'm not a big. I do like rap, but I'm white, so I like Eminem, Logic, and what's the new fella? A-Itch or whatever his name is.
H.
H. So that's not how you say that, is it?
Yeah, H. Yeah,
That's not how he spells it. The tit.
it's spelled H in like the letter H. That's why because
Well,
his name's Harrison.
it's spelled retarded anyway. But yeah, that's what I listen to at the minute.
So,
Anyway,
do you pick white rappers because you're white?
they're just the 3 rappers that are in my playlist at the minute. I could
right.
obviously everyone likes like Coolio and P Diddy and are they rappers?
Cool, yeah. R.I.P. Best rappers of
NWA.
all time. That's hard. Eminem, top 3, obviously. I don't know. I think feel as though Dr. Dre's done a lot for the scene. So Dr. Dre. Another pretty unknown British artist. Well, unknown to a lot of people. British artist called Getz, which I think is one of the best and most original grime artists who ever brought out grime. Basically, he was one of the godfathers of grime.
There you go then. Pretty sure I didn't know half of them.
You know, fucking Snoop Dogg. You know Eminem.
Snoop Dogg, I wouldn't have said he was a very good. He's good, but you wouldn't say he was a very good rapper. His music.
Oh, I said Dr. Dre actually. I said Dr. Dre.
Snoop's reggae album was fucking blinding though. Snoop Lion.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get that on vinyl since the fucking documentary come out. If anyone can find that on vinyl, please send an email with a link so I can buy it because I haven't been able to get it. Bastard. Right. Hopefully that cleared a few things up. So next email. So we got So he says, there is many a time I start a new podcast and lose interest within a month or so. I must say I am still hooked, line and sinker every episode.
That's what we like to see.
Pat on the back. I hear some of the craziest shit on here. Hey, we're the ones getting the emails. Fucking hell! Hearing all the Navy disputes remind me of when I lived in my first place. I rented a room in a not so good side of town, and house share people were all seemingly nice, so it was okay for the first 6 to 7 months. But then one day a guy called Rupert moved in, and Rupert was a menace. He would hit on the females in the house, and he used to take everyone's food when they were out. One day I saw his door was open, and I peeked in, and Rupert had no mattress or nothing in the room other than a bag. I didn't say anything at first, I just kept my own business. Every now and then we would run into each other, but never said much more than hello. When I got home, he was always in and out of the kitchen. Turn out the landlord had no knowledge of Rupert being there, had no idea who he was or what he was doing there. We basically had a random bloke living with us for a year with no idea who he really was, and he never used any of the facilities in his room. He had been letting himself in and out of our rooms, helping himself to all the showers and food, etc. But we never saw Rupert again. Our landlord said they never found out anything about him. 10 years later, I still have no idea who this guy is. That's fucking mental.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Just have this random squatter just wandering about fucking... How would you... Well, you would sleep because you wouldn't know that he's a fucking... But holy shit.
Like, what would you... Like, where is he sleeping if he's not in their bedroom?
Well,
he's
probably just
sleeping
sleeping
downstairs
on the
or
floor,
something, isn't he?
He's going round the streets, and then when they... He's probably sleeping in your bed when you go out. He comes home when you've gone out, he sleeps in your
100%.
bed.
Yeah,
And
that's
fucking...
true, actually. I guarantee when
He's
you go
wearing
out,
women's
when you're going to your university class or whatever, this geezer is wearing your clothes. He's standing in, looking in your mirrors, wearing your clothes. He's a fucking nut. I bet he's still doing it now, Rupert. Rupert,
yeah.
fakest name ever.
How dare he take a beloved bear's name?
Bastard.
Right.
Fucking bastard. If I knew someone was taking my food, that would be it, you know. He wouldn't. And he lasted a year in that
big
house.
thing for me. I'll be fucking kicking off.
He
Right,
must have
so he
walked
says- he
in or
actually has a
something and
question.
saw the landlord there in it and thought, fuck this, I'm off.
Yeah. I've been rumbled. So he does have a question. He says, I've been dating a girl for about 7 to 8 months, and with Christmas coming up, what do you think is a good gift for me to give without it being too over the top, but not like I don't care? I'm famously bad with gifts. My ex-fiancée once received a Henry Hoover from me for her birthday, and that went down, well, let's just say she told me that's the reason she decided to cheat on me. I'm not brilliant at gifts either. But if you want something, Jamie and Charlotte do this, if you want something that obviously is just take her out, book a hotel somewhere and go and just have like a nice evening somewhere, or like get her tickets to something.
Yeah, I think experiences in life are worth a lot more than like a present. If you get them like a fucking perfume, that perfume will be gone after a year. If you go away for a nice weekend in Paris, they're going to remember you taking them to Paris. Do you know what I mean? Forever.
Paris.
I'm not saying
I
do
was
that if
thinking
you've only been with
fucking
this girl for a few
Edinburgh
months.
or
That's
London or
fucking way over the top.
Paris. You take someone to Paris, she's gonna be like, I don't want to get married yet. It's only been 6 or 7 months. You know, calm the fuck down.
I think me and Charlotte were like 4 or 5 years together when I took her to Paris.
That's probably the easiest thing. Obviously, we don't know who she is, or, you know what I mean, or what she likes and stuff. But every girl likes to be taken out, wined and dined, and it's always nice going out for it. It's a good thing for you as well.
I think what's always a good thing as well is like Virgin Experience days. They do like a 2-night stay in like a countryside inn. This is for the guys in the UK. I'm assuming he is because he has the Henry Hoover. But I've used that a few times because it gives you an option of like loads of different places, so you could go there.
Yeah, do something like that. That way, it shows that you care, you've taken the time, but it also it's not over the top to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like buying jewelry and stuff like that. I think that's a bit full on. I do say so myself. Right. Yeah, let us know what you do. Everyone keep in contact. Right, next guy. So he says, oh, this one's going to put a whole fire in your cheeks, Jamie. I'm working a retail job. I hate it so much. I'm overworked and underpaid. I'm currently on suspension for getting into an altercation with a thief while on a shift. I can't believe the company would do this to me after 11 years of service. I know you guys had a lot to deal with in retail. Is there anything crazy you've had to deal with? What should I do going into this investigation on Tuesday? Or should I leave without arguing? What do you guys find worse about retail jobs?
Go to the investigation, mate.
Yeah, this
Do
is an
not bend
ex-manager
over and let them
speaking.
fuck you.
What? Yeah, because this is what makes me laugh, right? Is that we had to deal with loads of fucking thieves, and on paper and everything, they're like, don't touch them, let them get away with whatever they want, just fill in a report. But if you're seen on a fucking camera or your manager or that is there, and you just stand there and let them walk out with it, you're still in fucking trouble.
Yeah. What used to wind me up is they would tell you about the monthly's leakage, which is what they would call when people had been taking stuff without like paying for it. And I'd be like, why are we talking about leakage when you tell us not to fucking chase the shoplifters that are taking 20 steaks out the... A crackhead called Julian or something taking 20 steaks every day. Of course that's going to add up, innit? You fucking idiots.
Yeah. And you just fucking, I'll report it, and then you might get a fucking security guard, which is, it then does what? You know what I mean?
So at the beginning
He's
of
not
my
gonna be there all
retail
day.
career, as you know, Dan, when we worked together, I was stupid. I got hit by a car.
Oh, you're fucking...
I got locked in the back of a police car chasing gypsies fucking down the road. And then, like, I had to call... Do you remember Tony?
Mm-hmm.
I was in the back of the police car, because obviously in the back of a police car you can't get out the fucking door, can you? So they got out. I jumped into the back of the police car, showing them where the gypsies were. Went up the road. They jumped out after the gypsies, both coppers, and then I'm stuck in the back. And then I'm begging people to let me out the back of the fucking police car. No one's letting me out. And I was stuck there for a good 45 minutes because they caught him and they brought him back to the shop. And I called Tony. I was like, can you come up the road, mate, and just let me fucking out of the police car, please?
I don't remember that. I remember... I think I spoke to you before, where you and Charlotte chased the Doherty brothers. No, it wasn't the Doherty brothers. Chased these guys out, and then I look
them
out the
little
door,
bastards, yeah.
and you're hanging off the side of the car, and like straddling it over like the wing mirror, and Charlotte's taking her shoe off and throwing the shoe at the car as it's driving away, and then you knock off their wing mirror. I remember that.
That was... Do you know that actually happened as I was walking into work? I was on late shift, yeah. I was walking down the promenade having a little smoke, as I did. And then these geezers walked past me with a basket full of stuff. And I looked at them, they looked at me, and they goes, all right, mate. And I goes, all right. And then, do you know when you do like a second take? And I looked down, and Charlotte's already running towards me, towards the car, innit? That's when I turned around and started running at him. She lost a shoe that day. They threw it in the road.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, I would go into the meeting because obviously you've done nothing wrong, and if they say anything to you, just say, "Well, look, I'm just trying to, recoup the stock. If you don't want me to do it, then from now on I won't do it," and then leave it at that.
Under James,
That's
when
what
I
I would
first
do.
started, James brought me in for a warning for being overzealous because there was a guy that stole a load of like, what are them things called? Like do you remember them Henry Weston ciders 6-packs?
Oh yeah.
A guy come in and stole a load of them, and I kicked them out of his hand, and they smashed on the floor. But I was like only like a month in the job, and he gave me a warning. And I remember sitting in the meeting, and me being me, I was like, "Why the fuck am I getting in trouble for this?" And I was just sitting there like losing it, and I was like, if I was that person now, I'd be like, I would have stood up for myself. But I just sat there quietly, just accepting all the fucking bullshit off of James. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
really, you're doing the right
It's
thing.
not right. Yeah, you are. Yeah, because that's part of your fucking job. But
Yeah.
they're looking at, well, they're not looking at it from a suing point of view. If you hurt someone or anything like that, they'd be liable for it. But like I said, they say on paper to make it look like let it go for legal points. But when you're actually on shift, they're like hinting and they make sure that you know that you should fucking do it.
Hmm.
So they're just fucking scumbags. That's why I hate retail. I think they're just fucking. Oh, there's just no words for it.
My time in retail obviously helped me massively in the way that it built my like work ethic up. I think it did the same for you. I did the same for Charlotte. But
Yeah,
when you leave retail, you realise is life is not that fucking hard at work, and there's a lot easier jobs you can do and get paid a lot more money if you fucking apply. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not worth the bullshit you go through. Listening to people's bullshit
no,
all day, listening to this geezer. Where if we were still in retail now, Dan, we'd be listening to someone that was my age, your age, as managers, who were like in their early 20s. I'd be like looking at them thinking, who the fuck is this little cunt? Do you know what I mean? Telling me
yeah,
what to
oh
do.
yeah, yeah. Fuck
There's
that.
no
No,
way
not a
better to deal
fucking
with it.
chance. No, and like I've done it, and everyone does it. Like no one, when you go and you like take stuff back, you always take it out on the person that's standing in front of you,
Mm.
and it's not your fucking problem. You know what I mean? And as a staff member, you just got to stand there and fucking take. No, fuck that. If you can get out, fucking get out, because it doesn't get any better. I'll tell you that now.
No.
Not one day was better than the fucking. You know what I mean? It's just all downhill in fucking retail. Fuck that.
You're underpaid. You are underpaid for what you're doing, and you're
Yeah. Oh
undervalued
hell
as well.
yeah.
People, I even now, even though I spent years in working in retail, when I go into shop, I don't give a fuck what the shop workers are doing at all. I'm carrying on
No.
my normal day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah. So I mean, keep your fucking chin up. Go in that meeting. You've done nothing fucking wrong. Don't throw it in their face, but you know what I mean. Stand up for yourself, because all you're doing is what you assume that your responsibility is as a staff member were. That's how I look at it.
And from a guy that's done a lot of disciplinaries, just keep your sentences short and sweet. Do not give too much information away,
Yeah, for sure.
because they'll
'Cause
try and
look at
catch you on
ways to
something
fucking-
stupid.
Yeah, so fucking stupid. Anyway, hopefully it all goes right, man. Let us know on Tuesday how it went, and we'll funnel it back to the listeners. But hopefully you'll just take it on the chin and you can get on with your job and hopefully look for something else. Because that's what I would do. Right, so the last email that we got today, and it opens with, "Hello, you pair of beautiful bastards," which I'm pretty sure I called you on the last episode.
I was thinking I heard it.
Yeah, that's something I say. Your advice is not always entertaining. Seems to... Ah, so I've said that. I've got that up again. Fucking dyslexia, I tell you. Rules my world. Your advice, if not always entertaining. I was going to say that didn't sound very complimentary, but it is. If not always entertaining, seems to always be on point. Even if you both disagree with each other, we get your true take on your stories. That's what we were aiming for. That's what we want. And when you talk about catfishing in the past, I went on a date with a young lady. She was beautiful. She was the full package. Online anyway, in brackets. She was a filthy bitch with a sexting. and she had a cracking body. We organised to meet up at the local Spoons for a casual meet-up drink. It sounds like I've written this. Spoons? Beautiful bastards? I mean, these are my words. She walks in, brackets, bear in mind I'm a tall drink of water, I'm only 6'8". Only 6'8".
Oh, right. This is the one yeah, okay.
Yeah. And my height was stated. Yeah, I couldn't send you this one because it was too long to get in one screenshot.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck is this? I ain't heard this.
Yeah. And my height was stated on like his profile. Anyway, she walks in, and I shit you not, she was no taller than 4'10". She said she was 5'3", which I think was pushing it at the time. But being a gent, I acted like it didn't faze me, and we spent the night out and went from bar to bar. She got smashed, so I took her home in the cab and went home as you do. Next day, I saw a photo taken by the club, which we was in that night, and I was horrified. The girl and I together, it looked like a koala hanging off a tree. I blocked her, ghosted her. I just couldn't cope with the size difference. Am I shallow or not? Do you lads think I overreacted? Have you ever been in an awkward date like that and just powered through? Many, many fucking times. And I think you did. I don't think there was... I think you could have just said to her, oh, I'm sorry, I think, you know, the size difference. I didn't think you needed to block and ghost her. I think she would have understood, if not felt the same way. Her neck must have been fucking killing her. Can you imagine that?
She must have, yeah, she must have, surely. I suppose she's thinking big guy, big dick, maybe. Thinking
yeah, but she would have been staring at his fucking crotch like the whole fucking day. You know what I mean?
He must, but this geezer must be used to people like going, like, am I too short for you, or whatever? Because he's like 6'8". That's like NBA status.
6'8", yeah. I know, yeah. I think a good size. I don't know. I think like 5'5" would be probably the shortest, where it starts to look a bit weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you've got.
What am I? I'm 5'6". Can you imagine me next to a 6'8" guy?
Yeah, I'm 6'1". The Mountain from Game of Thrones, he's a mountain, and his girlfriend's a midget, basically, compared to him. Like, she's fucking tiny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Like, you could just fucking lift her up with, like, one hand. Like, she's fucking tiny. Like,
but he likes that. Woman. He's the type of bloke that would like that. Fucking weirdo, man.
I don't know, he seems a bit like a man-child when he speaks, but yeah, I can imagine he does, yeah. But yeah,
that's because he was full of baby powder.
Yeah. I think you went full panic mode. I think that was a Jamie move. I would have at least messaged her and said, thanks for the great night. I don't think it's going to work out. Just so she's got some closure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be 100% me. if I was 6'8" and the girl turned up and she was less than 5 foot, and I'm like this, I'm like, you alright, love? And like, I'm waiting for the echo as it goes down. Yeah,
patting her on the head.
But I've said to women in the past, because I've gone out with a lot of women that are taller than me, being 5'6", we're all the same height lying down. Do you know what I mean? We're all the same height lying down.
Classic line.
That Scottish
I've
bird
been
was
on
like
a
6
few
foot.
dates. Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I've been on a few dates like that, but the one that comes to mind is I'm like quite self-conscious when it's in public. Like, I don't like shouting and stuff like that because it like draws attention. So I met up with this girl, and we went to the cinema. And like when we were talking in line and that, I'm just like, oh shit, I'm so glad we're going to the cinema, so I don't have to fucking carry on, because she was like really, really loud. That made me really uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in the cinema, and then we came out, and she was like, oh, do you still want to get something to eat? And I'm like, I've got to fucking think quick here. I was like, oh, we can go for like a drink or something, because I've got to go. My family are away, so my brothers are on their own. So we went over to like the Tim Hortons, and she just carried on. She was so loud, and I just like, every time she asked me something, I felt like I had to be extra quiet to sort of like compare it. And it was like, but luckily for me, when I got home, she messaged and she was like, "Oh, it was really nice meeting you, but I don't think there's anything more than friends." And I'm like, "Yep, no worries." No, thanks very
You know
much.
why, innit? Because you didn't say a fucking word, Dan. That's why she was talking too much.
Oh, mate, I can't handle stuff like that. It's like, no, not a fucking chance. But that's why I always go for like, I don't ever go for like a meal or anything like that, because a meal's too, you're stuck then for a good fucking hour. If you go for a coffee or something like that, if it's good, you can then do something else afterwards. If it's shit,
Yeah.
you can fucking go home. You know what I mean?
I remember going for a date down in the Galaxy. Do you remember the Galaxy in town?
Mm.
And I was that awkward, and she was that awkward that we passed each other at the top of the escalators and didn't say nothing to each other, even though we've been we've been chatting for about 2 months. Yeah, we just didn't say a fucking word. We passed each other, and then I stood at the bottom of the escalators and was like, "Do I go back up?" And I thought, "No, I'm going to go for a smoke." Yeah, so I went and stood outside smoking. And then she texted me and she was like, "Was that you on the escalator?" And I just text back, "Yeah." And then she goes, "Where are you now?" And I said, "Outside, smoking." And she was like, "Okay." And she come down and she didn't say a fucking word to me for fucking ages. And like we didn't speak. And we're supposed to be going into
Fucking
Nando's together. And I was like, so do we still go in Nando's, or do you just want to call it a day here? Thinking she weren't interested. And she's like, "Oh, no, we'll go Nando's." And we sat in Nando's, and we literally fucking sat in there for hours, like eating food, drinking, and she did not come out of a shell once, and I did not come out of my shell, and it was just like pure awkward, isn't it? And I was like, "There's no
Fucking hell,
conversation
man.
here. This is dead."
No.
And I thought, that's me causing that. And then I think about 2 years later, I went to the same Nando's with Charlotte when me and Charlotte first got together. And that was our first like proper date together. And we literally did the same thing. Sat there eating chicken burgers, yeah, not looking at each other in
It's
it.
just you.
Like, I was
It's
doing
not her,
this,
it's just you.
and I was like nibbling on the chicken burger, looking this direction, and Charlotte was doing the exact same thing on the other side of the table. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with me?"
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, that's definitely you. But, oh, he's got something else, but he said at the bottom that he's dating her friend. So, that's fucking awkward.
That is awkward. Well, it depends how often they see each other.
I don't know, but that's pretty weird. But, yeah, I think you could have had that a little better. I don't blame you, for calling it off. If you've still got the photo, could you please send it? Because I want to see it.
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
The
Her just
photo of
like
this
in his
tiny
arms,
lady
and
hanging-
he's holding her like this, like a baby.
Or she's like holding on to his legs because she's wrecked. Yeah, if you can tell me where to find that picture, I'd greatly appreciate it.
I
So
don't
he
think it would
says,
take much for a 4'11" girl to get drunk. It'd be like 3 drinks, done.
yeah, probably that. There was a girl that I went to school with that was that size. She had the fucking biggest tatties, like fucking humongous. Like her back must have been killing her.
What, booty?
And she was dating a really fucking boobs. And
Oh,
she was
really?
dating a really fucking tall guy. He was a really obnoxious prick. But yeah, she had huge fucking kajungas. He says, also, I'm a big Radio 1 listener, and I want to know some of your unpopular opinions on subjects. So he's got food, films, or music, guilty pleasure, and hate. A general unpopular opinion would be good too. Let's see if we can roll up the masses. So food's an easy one because me and Jamie have already gone over this. I fucking love pineapple on a pizza, and apparently it's like fucking spitting in Jamie's face.
Well, sex offenders have that on their fucking final meal in prison, Dan. That's what happens.
I fucking pineapple on pizza is so pineapple on anything's really good. Palmer burgers, it's really fucking
Ugh.
good.
No.
It's amazing.
Go back down this road, I'm getting PTSD. It's fucking disgraceful. Disgraceful.
film wise, I always have an argument. I think I spoke about this in the thing as well. I fucking love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I love Nicolas Cage.
Like, yeah, I fucking love it. And Jim hates me for it and always takes the piss. But I fucking like even his shit films. I fucking love. Did you ever see? Was it Willy's Wonderland?
No, I couldn't get into his bad films. I did try because he's such a like over the top actor, but I couldn't make it
Willy's
that far.
Wonderland was amazing. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's,
Yeah,
and it's so fucking funny because he's this guy that gets tricked into cleaning this like a Chuck E. Cheese, and the guy goes to him, "You've got to stay here till the morning." He's supposed to be like a sacrifice. He's like, "You got to stay here till the morning, but make sure you take a break like every I can't remember his system, like every hour or every half an hour." So he's in there cleaning this place up, and he sets his watch that every time it's like an hour, it goes off and he takes his break.
every
And
hour.
like every time like he's in the middle of like a fight, and his watch goes off, he'll go like, and he'll stop it. He doesn't really speak in it. He'll stop the creature like attacking him, like the robotic creature, and he'll go off into the canteen and he'll play this like arcade machine in there, and he drinks like energy drinks. And then when his break's over, he goes back out, and these people try and help him. And there's a few times where a woman's about to be killed, and he goes to save her, and the watch goes off. He has to go have his break. Seriously, it's
Is it
fucking
good?
wicked.
It sounds
Yeah,
funny.
it's really good. Gory as fuck. He's brilliant in it. And then like Mandy, that was really good.
Mandy was I've seen clips of it. Like he's got a 25-foot fucking chainsaw at one
Yeah.
point.
Pig
Ridiculous.
was pretty good as well. That was a good one of his.
I think the last thing I watched with him in it possibly could have been something like where he was like driving a car into hell or something. And then there was a film that come out around the same time where
Oh, that was
he-
3D. Drive Angry.
yeah, Drive Angry. And then there
Had
was another
Amber
film.
Heard in it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, yeah.
Wonder what
was,
she's
that
doing
was the
now,
first time I
fucking
saw her.
bitch. Fucking bitch. No one's heard of her in about 6 months, have they?
She was supposed to be. She had like a court case in Australia for smuggling her dogs in. I don't know whatever happened with that.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah.
But there was another film that come out. What was the? And it was where he was like, it was the Rapture, and he was like one of the last guys left on Earth.
Oh, I don't know if I saw that one. The another unpopular opinion is that I can't stand Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
It's been a long time since that fucking guy did a good film. I didn't even like the fucking Pirates movies they did my tits in.
Oh, you don't like him as an actor?
He's a bit of a twat as well, but yeah, like acting wise, he hasn't done a good film in a long fucking time. I think he got to that point where he couldn't do any wrong.
Yeah. When Disney
You know what I
picks you
mean?
up, it's hard, isn't it? He did.
not
He
the
did
fucking
that
way.
terrible film where he played like an fucking Native American.
That pissed me off. So yeah, the bandit, the masked bandit, what was it?
Johnny Depp was essentially
Yeah,
in
I know what you mean.
blackface for the whole film, and no one said nothing about it.
Yeah. They didn't get an actual Native American because there's a lot of good fucking actors. They got him and made him look like an Indian. Yeah.
Mm.
Fuck it. Was it the Masked Rider? No, that wasn't it.
It's like a
I know what you mean.
famous thing,
Is
isn't
it
it?
Tonto or something? Yeah.
Yeah, Tonto.
Yeah, no, I just think he's a bit of a fucking twat. And now he's going to be in fucking Beetlejuice.
Well, he does suit that character. He did play
He's a
Willy
twat.
Wonka quite well.
Oh, that was awful. Fuck me. What a fuck. He didn't even sing. He's in a band. He didn't even fucking sing in that film at all.
Yeah, but who wants singing in films, Dan? Only fucking
Oh, mate, the
serial
original
killers want
Charlie and
fucking
Chocolate was amazing.
musicals. Huh?
Oh, you slutbag. The original Charlie and Chocolate Factory was amazing.
Yeah, that was good,
Thank
yeah.
you very much. He sung in that.
I'll accept that. What used to annoy me about that, yeah, it was like benefits Britain though, innit? Because as soon as his grandparents found out they can go to the fucking chocolate factory, his granddad was up. He was up. They're all sleeping in
He
the
can
bed
walk,
together,
yeah.
acting like they're all fucking disabled. He's up dancing around.
Yeah.
Dirty bastard.
The power of music, Jamie. It's the power of music. Go on then. What? I'm not. Like I said, my music taste is fucked up anyway. Guilty pleasure or hated artist in music?
In a hated. My guilty pleasure probably is Nickelback. I do love Nickelback, and a lot of people hate Nickelback. I think they're a good
Yeah, I
band.
don't know why people hate Nickelback.
I don't know.
I
It
don't
must be an
understand
American
that.
thing because they're like well hated, like properly hated. I know he's a diva, the main guy. He's like a
Oh, was he?
complete dickhead. Yeah.
I liked his Dark Horse album. I haven't listened to anything after that. That was a good album.
This is how you remind me. That's like one of the best songs ever. One of the best songs ever. And what I really hate about music that everyone loves, I really just the sound of I don't know whether Americans would get this reference, but the sound of the generic 80s music that when a lot more the shit my mum and dad puts on, it's all the same. It's all the same, like jingles in the background. It's all the same shit. They're like, "Oh, this is really good." I'm like, "It sounds exactly the same as the last song you played me." Do you know what I mean? It's all very similar. But then when you go through time, like the early noughties, all that really sounding very R&B, very like hip hoppy around that time. So there's like times for it, and that I just can't stand that in it. Like I like music from times that I like them, and that's it. I'm so boring now when it comes to music. I'd like even when I'm listening to new rappers, I'm just like, as soon as they start going too off key, I'm just like,
Now, see, the guy
Kanye West's new album, Dan, is a joke.
Oh, that's what my brother wants for Christmas. Mum paid 60 fucking quid for it.
Mate, it's a joke. He's basically playing nursery rhymes, and he's not even fucking rapping on it.
He's a dick anyway. Can't
He's a
fucking
dick,
stand
but-
that guy. Yeah, Scott always puts on the 90s, and it's such a whiny fucking era. Like Oasis and Coldplay and all that sort of stuff. They're all just like, and I'm just like, fucking shut up. I can't fucking stand them. All of that.
See, I love Oasis and I love Blur.
Blur. They're all the same, but when you listen to them, they're just moaning. That Wonderwall, all that stuff is just them whinging.
It's early indie music though. I've always been into indie music.
Ugh, can't fucking stand it.
But yeah, that's where we differ. But do you know what I mean by like the 80s stuff? It's just like it's always got like a tambourine or something going on in the background. It's always got like some kind of
I love 80s music.
do like that in the background. I'm just like, fuck off, man. It's so corny. It's so corny.
I listen to loads of different crap. A lot of my music I listen to actually get artists off TikTok. But I'm massive. It's so annoying. There's these guys called the Northern Boys. And it's like two old guys. They've only got 2 fucking songs, but I'm fucking obsessed. They sound just like Goldie Looking Chain.
Have you listened to Pete and
I was
Baz?
singing it at work. They're the same. They're the other guys, aren't they? Like the Northern
Pete and
Boys are in
Baz.
their videos.
Yeah. Pete and Baz are brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, the Northern
They've
Boys
done
are just
loads
as
of
fucking
stuff.
good. Well, one of the best lines ever is like, what does he say? I've got to take a number 3. It's a piss, a shit, and a wank in a tree. What's the other line? So, a hip, a hop, a hip. I dick my dick in the salsa dip. I fucking, it's just genius. Absolute fucking genius. But yeah,
Yeah, I think
Northern
you would love
Boys,
Pete and Baz,
check them
man.
out.
If you listen to, because they're music videos as well. They've done an England song.
Oh yeah, I watched that the other day. Yeah, Northern Boys are in it.
Yeah, because they always
think
do
what's
like
the
together
guy?
every now and then.
Yeah, so it's fucking quality. In the Northern Boys videos, they have their mate Kev. He doesn't sing or anything, he just dances. And at the end, it says, "Thanks to my mate Kev."
Because the Northern Boys like an add-on to Pete and Baz's thing, so they will eventually start doing their own like album and shit. But that was another thing I was going to bring up. England versus the USA on the day this comes out. World
Oh
Cup.
yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, innit?
What's your predictions, Dan?
Oh mate, they fucking well. We smashed. Is it Iran we played the other day?
Snick 6-2, yeah. And the second
Yeah.
one was a penalty that wasn't a fucking penalty. It's only because it's in the fucking
I'm sorry, but
Saudi
Americans
country.
don't know how to play fucking football. What was it, soccer over there or something? Why do you think Ryan Reynolds and that bought a team over here and not over there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. If we don't beat them, I'll be. Well,
I'm
I already think England
confident,
is shit,
but at the same time, I'm also worried because I know how complacent our England team can get. We've got the highest paid team in the World Cup, but somehow we'll get beat by someone like the USA or beat by someone like Wales. Do you know what I mean? Which are just they're not on our level. They're not on our level.
fucking Wales. Unless it's Wrexham, they are fucking smashing it. Absolutely,
They're doing well.
it.
Have you started watching the documentary?
I've watched it. I watched it when
Brilliant,
we were in
isn't
Canada.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah. That
I love
fucking
that.
Paul Mullins, mate.
Paul
It's
Mullin,
fucking
I'm telling
mental.
you, he's way underrated. There's no way he should be playing in that league.
No, but they're paying a shit ton of money. Anyway, the listeners don't want to listen to this. Um, that's what I was going to ask you, right? Do you shave your pork sword?
My pork sword. The fuck is my pork? What, my dick?
I love saying all these different phrases that you don't understand. So I was talking to Jim while I was in Canada, right? And when I like shave my meat into veg, I like to shave it all off except my nuts. I like trim because I've nipped them. I actually nipped them the other day. But then Jim goes full native. He's got like a fucking Arab beard down there.
Oh god.
And then I used to live with a guy that completely shaved his balls but left like a toupee on his fucking like a trim toupee on his dangly bit. I'm like, I feel like the child here.
No, I shave everything. I
Yeah,
trim my
there you
balls
go.
the same as you, but I shave everything.
Yeah. That's why we're good friends, Jamie. So many reasons in this episode why we're good friends.
Two
Right,
men
we'll
become
leave you
one,
guys
Dan.
with that. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's why this podcast exists.
As we both know, we've both got an aversion to hair, Dan. So, how do you feel about women if they're not like completely clean shaven down there?
See, I don't mind that. Look, I don't like wild because
Yeah.
it gets all in your mouth and stuff. But like neatly trimmed or like landing strip or something like that, I'm quite. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. I find it quite.
Have you ever come across a girl
think-
that's got like a pattern going on?
No, how fucking annoying is that? Everyone clean shaves now, and then when you speak to them and they're like, "Oh no, I mean, I've got some hair." I'm like, "And?" Oh, what was it? What's the problem? I think because everyone is shaved. When I see hair, I'm like, "Holy shit, I want to see it." But yeah, I don't like. There's all those like you've got one or the other, right? You get either like they're really clean or they go like full, like I'm not shaving anything, and they've got like hair going from their crotch down to the inside of their legs. That's on that. No.
It's true though, isn't it? It is true.
Yeah. So, what about you?
There was one girl. She was like a Mediterranean type girl. I was really put off because when we were having sex, like I felt the back of her thigh as we were going, and she had like hair on the back of her thigh, and that nearly threw me off so much that I had to fucking stop. I was like, what the fuck? But I don't think I've ever been with a girl that's had anything down there other than just like the little line. And that's it.
Oh, yeah, see, that's hot. But one day, mate, one day.
That means Shark divorces me for something I've done stupid. I'll be like calling women round and telling them to get vajazzles in it.
Vajazz, oh, fucking hell, yeah. Jesus, that was a phase, wasn't it?
Hoosa! Hoosa!
I love the way we all have our little intro, outro things.
Yeah, it's like a fucking pain in the arse, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
a bit that I think I'm fully prepared for all the way through the episode. Then when I get to the end, I'm just like completely blank. What did we talk about for the last hour and so?
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks again for the love, guys. We did enjoy seeing all of the emails that come through again this week. Getting more emails than we used to, so keep it up. Me and Dan just feel as though we're like giving out the best advice that people possibly could get at this point. And if Dear Deirdre's not knocked off a fucking pillar, then I think our listeners need to start protesting outside the sun.
Yeah, I'll quite happily give up my job for that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, keep them coming, guys. If you've got any ideas for the show, any questions for us, any content ideas, just put it into twomennohope@gmail.com and I'll pass it over to you, Dan, for the music special.
Thanks very much. So this week on No Hope Has Got Talent, we have Starry Heights, which is her stage name, which I'll call her that because that's how you'll be able to find her. She says she's an alternative pop artist, genre comparable to Beach Bunny or the Wombats. I know the Wombats, so I don't know who Beach Bunny. Do you know that one, Joey?
No. I know the Wombats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, me too. She says, my musical background is largely classical. I just graduated with a degree in trumpet. That's got to be fucking difficult. I've tried that once. I'm fucking terrible at it. But I also sing and play guitar. I'm passionate about pop rock music, so I sometimes record side projects of original music like Paper Tiles, which she sent us, but which is not what we're going to play. I'm not an expert audio engineer by any means, but I enjoy getting better at it and making something that was all of my own. I would love the opportunity to reach more people with my work, and that's what we're here for. We do the same thing. The more you do it, the better you get it, and we appreciate you sending your music in. So we're going to play the song Spliced Life. Oh, my eyes don't work. And she's got a YouTube channel. We've got a Spotify, which you can find her on, but we'll link it all in the description below. So thanks again for emailing in, and we hope you enjoy hearing your music on the episode. So we're going to play Spice Life by Starry Heights, and we'll catch you next time, guys.
Is it in my head? Is it true what Barry said? Can you change the bar you set but still launch forward endlessly? Can you guarantee what you're meant to be with entirely net-fueled attractions to some tragedies? Well, that's cool, I'll be alright. I'll make it through another night. That much is true. I'll find ways around my spliced life. The past is calling me, and I can't let it be. I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I'll make it and blow another town. I can't believe the lie. That truth can set me free. Set me Is this how it starts? How it splits your heart with the scattered mess that turns your flesh to paper torn apart. When you overthink all your wordless dreams, what you really need's dissolve to shadows of uncertainty. But that's cool, I'll be alright. If someday I can find my mind nothing to do, I'll find ways around my spliced life. The past is calling me, and I can't let it be. I won't let you down.